Today we're talking to a candidate for the Rushen constituency. Here's David Jones, who is campaigning under the Lib Van banner. He's 58, married, 2 adult sons. His parents had a shop in Port St Mary.
That's correct.
So connections with the island. He lived in Manchester before coming over in the 70s for 4 years, returning back to the island 8 years ago to live in Bulgaria. He's an engineer and runs an engineering consultancy, also a property letting company. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning.
Well, who are the Rushen electors voting for, or if they were voting for you, who would they be voting for, you or the Lib Van party?
Well, a vote for any member of the Lib Van party gets you an entire party. You acquire a team.
So they are voting for the Lib Van party?
Absolutely.
So there's no way that you're sort of an independent of any sort. You are part of the structure of the party.
I'm very much part of the party. Each member of the party has got their own particular skills that they can bring forward and contribute to government reform.
I have to ask the question, I've asked all the Lib Van candidates, you'd not be taking government office?
It's not planned to.
So you're told not to take government office if you win under the Lib Van banner?
Well, that's a matter of discussion.
So it's not open and shut?
It's not open and shut. No, everything can be reviewed.
But at the moment the position is you're not expected to take government office?
I'm not, no.
The Lib Van party have been advised on capital projects, I believe, by you for 2 years.
That's correct.
In particular, Iris. So questions on Iris that Mr. Karen has been asking in Tynwald and Keys have come from you, basically.
They have, yes.
What is your view on Iris? What is the position of the party then on Iris?
Well, without question, the island needs a new infrastructure. The sewage system prior to Iris was beyond its life expectancy and in need of
Well, we were shoveling everything in the sea. It was flush and forget.
Yes, but also the pipework was decaying. It was, in some instances, it's 75 years old and more. And a complete new system was required.
So a good job was done?
A good job was done. It's the way the job has been done that's the problem.
Why?
Because basically whoever did the calculations in the first instance underestimated the volume of sewage that needed to be treated by 60%.
Oh, so you're saying the size of it's too small?
Yes.
So not the cost of it, it's the size.
Well, the cost as well. The cost is excessive.
Can I just ask you, you live in Bulgaria?
Yes.
So why Rushen?
Why not? The island is only 32 miles by 13. I regard the whole of the island as my backyard, not just one particular
I think a lot of
area.
people living in Rushen would say perhaps someone who lives in the constituency, who knows the constituency, would be the person for us.
Well, I have come across those comments, and everyone's entitled to their own views, but there are several sitting members who do not live in their own constituencies already.
Part of this was dropped through letterboxes all over the island from the Lib Van party.
Yes.
Part of it says, we want to establish government-owned companies that operate on commercial lines to deliver the service. That will be considered as an alternative to both privatisation and public provision. Well, that's a new approach, but it would still involve civil servants running them, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily.
Oh, well, how would it work?
It could be combined enterprise with private equity and government involvement.
But who would have the final say? Would, in effect, the top of it would be a civil servant, wouldn't they not?
No.
Who would run it?
It would be by a public vote.
Public vote for this?
Yes.
What, on each of these companies?
It would be public ownership.
Right. The massive hidden subsidies like those given to the MEA and the film industry, again I quote from this leaflet, will not be the policy of the new government. Does that mean we can expect higher energy prices because the subsidies are removed?
Unfortunately, the MEA has got itself into such a position that it couldn't possibly trade out of its deficit. Everybody would desire lower energy prices, and the problem there is we've spent so much money on 2 power stations in particular, one of which is only used 2 hours a day, and it just would be impossible to trade out.
So higher prices would be necessary?
If we were to try and pay off the debt through energy prices, yes.
Just quickly, you say that we should consider abrogating the revenue sharing agreement, but then again, this document also says we no desire to change the relationship with the British Crown. Well, I know that they're 2 different bodies, but surely one would affect the other.
Not necessarily. The British Crown asked for £200 million in VAT reform, and they got it. That was just given over far too easily. We cannot afford to give away that much money, so we need to review that decision.
David Jones, one of 6 candidates standing for the Rushen constituency for the general election on September the 29th. Thanks for joining us this morning.